Lagos.
Abuja, people just consume news anyhow. Me, I saw Abuja. That's it. It's one of
This media stuff.
Miss all these fake
these
bloggers.
bloggers.
Please.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi. You know, the media has the power to shape our society, to influence our thoughts, and to ignite change. But what happens when that power is being abused?
Jamie. Yes. While I appreciate your enthusiasm, we must also recognize the role of media as a business. It's not just about ideals. It's about survival in a competitive landscape.
Survival or sensationalism. Media thrives on drama, not truth. The louder the noise, the more clicks they get.
But at what cost, Sam? We are losing our ability to discern facts from fiction. Look at the rise of misinformation. It's tearing our society apart.
And yet, misinformation thrive because people choose to believe what aligns with their biases. We can't solely blame the media for that.
So what's your solution, Lucy? Censorship, more regulations, that's a slippery slope.
No, Sam. It's about responsibility. As future communicators, we have a duty to uphold integrity. We must advocate ethical journalism.
I agree with the need for integrity. But we have to be realistic here. The media landscape is changing. We have to adapt or risk being obsolete.
Adapt or compromise our values. That's a dangerous game.
But we can't let sensationalism dictate our future. We need to educate our audience and empower them to seek the truth.
We also have to be aware of our limitations. Not everyone will respond to our calls for change. Some will resist. And that's where the real tragedy lies.
So what's the point? Just keep talking in circles.
We can challenge them without sacrificing our integrity. We can create content that informs and inspires.
We can collaborate with local organizations to promote media literacy.
We are still pandering towards the lowest common denominator. What happened to challenging our audience?
You don't get it, do you? This isn't just about us. It's about the future. It's about the lives that are affected by the narrative we choose to tell.
And that's why we need to find a balance. We can't ignore the reality of our industry, and we can't abandon our principles.
We just keep talking in circles. So what's the point?
The point is that we need to engage in this dialogue, even if it feels futile. Every conversation we have can plant a seed of change. We owe it to ourselves and to those who will come after us to fight for a media landscape that values truth over sensationalism.
Exactly. We can be the change makers. It's not just enough to critique. We can create. We can develop new platforms that prioritizes integrity and educate our audience.
With what resources? The industry is cutthroat and idealism doesn't pay the bills.
We start small. We can create student-led initiatives, workshops, and community outreach programs. We need to let people know the value of responsible media consumption.
We can collaborate with local organizations to promote media literacy. It's about building a foundation for a more informed society.
You both have hearts, I'll give you that. For every success story, there are countless failures. But the reality is harsh.
But we can't let fear dictate our actions. If we don't try, we are already failing. We owe it to ourselves to push back against the tide of misinformation.
Okay, guys. Let's take a vote. Who here believes we can make a difference? who believes in the power of responsible media.
Well, I'm damned. There is hope after all.
Look at her, queen looks sweet. She's the queen. Queen of the school.
Girls, please. What's the word this time?
What is one new Chaucer guy from Port Harcourt?
Right? Look, boy, they smell like suya. Ah! And you have fries.
That's true.
Why would they even say so from Port Harcourt down here?
So, about the upcoming media workshop program, what do we do?
Together, we can be the voices that challenge the void. Let's not just talk about change, let's be the change.
Alright, I'm in. Let's see where the journey takes us.
And let's do it with integrity, compassion, and commitment to truth.
That's very true.
Yeah!
Alright everyone, welcome to the first talk show for the semester. The topic is the role of media in the society, traditional versus digital. Let's be respectful and engaging. What we experienced yesterday was extremely short, a good debate. So, who wants to start?
I'll go. Look, social media is the voice of the people. It's where movements are born. Just look at Me Too, Black Lives Matter. This platform gives power to the marginalized.
But Alex, social media is also a breeding ground for misinformation. Traditional media, with its fact-checking and journalistic integrity, is crucial for a well-informed society.
I get that, Jordan. But traditional media is often too slow to respond. Social media has a way of mobilizing people in real time. It's about accessibility and immediacy.
Accessibility or chaos. Just because something is trendy doesn't mean it's true. We need to be critical consumers of information.
And how do you propose we do that? By waiting for the evening news? By the time they report it, the moment is gone.
Let's not forget the importance of balance. Both forms of media have their strengths and weaknesses. How can we find common ground?
What if we use social media to amplify the voices of traditional journalists? We could create a platform where verified news is shared widely.
That sounds great in theory, but how do we ensure that the information shared is credible? There's no gatekeeping on social media.
But isn't that not the beauty of it? Everyone has a voice. We can't silence people just because they don't fit into the neat little box of credible sources.
It's not about silencing anyone. It's about responsibility. Journalists have a duty to report the truth and not what just get clicks.
Can I add something? I think both sides have valid points, but what if we see it from different perspectives? For me, social media was a lifeline. I learned about scholarship, events, and social issues that affected my community. But I also see the dangers of misinformation.
Exactly. It's about using these tools wisely.
So you're saying we need to educate people on how to navigate both worlds?
Yes, media literacy should be part of our curriculum. We need to teach people to discern credible sources, whether they are scrolling through the internet or reading a newspaper.
I think we found a common ground. It's not about choosing one over another, but rather integrating both to form a more informed society.
Yes, that's right. And that's even possible. Very
Of course, that's why it's true.
I like that. Let's advocate for media literacy programs. Together, we can use our voices to push for a change.
And we can collaborate with traditional media to ensure that important stories are told quickly and accurately.
And we can use social media to promote those stories. It's a win-win.
Alright guys, I'm Sam, a 200 level student of mass communication. Let's outline your plan to create awareness on media literacy in campus.
We should create a social media page dedicated to how to identify credible resources and tips for important information.
And we can host workshops where we invite local journalists to speak on their experiences and importance of ethical reporting.
Plus, we can create engaging content that highlights the intersection of traditional and digital media, maybe even a podcast.
I love that idea. We can feature different perspectives and encourage dialogue among students.
This is what collaboration looks like. It's not just about debating, it's about creating solutions.
Let's make our voices heard. Together, we can bridge the gap between traditional and digital media.
And who knows? Maybe we inspire other departments to join us in this initiative.
The more the merrier. Let's show everyone that we can be the change we want to see.
Yeah, let's make this happen.
Alright everyone. We've got about 15 minutes to start. How are we all feeling about today?
I'm excited, but also a bit anxious. What if no one shows up?
Don't worry. We've promoted it on social media. Also, I think people are really interested in this topic.
Plus, we have local journalists coming. Their presence will definitely draw a crowd.
And remember, it's not just about the numbers. Even if a few people show up, we could still make a difference.
Okay, alright.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our first media literacy workshop. Today we'll discuss on how to identify credible sources and navigate the complex media landscape.
We are thrilled to have our guest speakers here today. They'll share their insights and experiences on the importance of ethical journalism in the digital age.
Good afternoon all. My name is Jay Lisa from University of Lagos State, and here is my colleague Emmy Jackson from the University of Ibadan. In today's world, being a consumer of critical information is more important than ever.
Absolutely, we'll also discuss how to spot fake news and fact-checking in journalism.
How can we differentiate between opinion pieces and factual reporting?
Great question. Look at the tone and language used. An opinion piece often expresses personal views. As a student in today's generation, we have social media and other media forms. You can go on the internet, do your research, and look for more information and more.
And don't forget to check sources cited in articles. Reliable journalism will always reference credible sources.
It's true. That's true. Very correct. Alright everyone, thank you for participating. We hope you found this workshop valuable. Remember, the more informed you are, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the complex media landscape. And don't forget to follow our social media platforms for upcoming events and resources.
I think we really made an impact today. People seem genuinely interested. But why is no one talking about Sam's absence?
Didn't we have a successful workshop? We moved on without her. And here, of course, it feels good to know we are contributing to something meaningful.
Let's keep this momentum going. We can even plan more workshops and collaborate with other departments.
This is just the beginning. We can create series of workshops to tackle different aspects of media literacy.
And we can invite guest speakers from various fields to share their insights.
I love it. Let's make this a campus-wide initiative. Moreover, the Media Club committee wants to see us as soon as possible.
For what? Let's get there first. That question will be answered.